Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Ginga in the morning. It's kind of been a while, but we're gonna get a Ginga in. It is Ginga Eiyuu Densetsu episode 51. Reinhardt is going to war. Personally. And he's got a plan. He's got a plan with lots of sheets of paper and wine. No, his plan is to have many, many layers of defense. Okay. And then to bait Yang in and then have his whole crew return and trap Yang. Okay. Good plan. But what if your pieces don't move the way you want them to? What if Royenthal decides to do something? What if we don't return? He said. I don't know. Let's find out. Like if like, sub if not sub, bell if not get video. Patreon for early access and if you want me to eat. Let's do it. Oh, I don't have the good boys. Good boys, come here. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Good boys. Oh. I need to have my notes available to me. And I need to do a real quick paper. Okay. Let's do it. If YouTube, go to the link if you want the reaction part, because this will just be the discussion part. No. Okay. Definitely no spoilers. Okay. Wow. So the first thing to mention is the romantic scene between Greenhill and Yang. And we'll get to the guts and gore soon, but first that, which was, I mean, this episode had the highest character-driven high of Yang asking her to marry him, and the most gruesome low of the narrator talking over death and destruction. What's most interesting to me is that for 50 episodes, we have not seen any gore. We have seen only sprays of blood and from far away. And we've seen some explosions with figures in them and seen them getting vaporized. But here we got hardcore gore. So let's go through it, because these scenes are really interesting, and more than that, they're like the art style is specific, and I get the feeling that this is one artist, and I want to know who animated these, who did these cuts, and I want to know who decided that they should go here, because whoever did that is a good director. Because when you withhold that kind of brutality and violence for 50 episodes, and then you bring it in the climactic battle between your two main characters, that says something about the weight of this battle. So we get guys just getting vaporized, glass shattering in, and blood spray and horror, explosions and flaming people people getting sucked out of into space and screaming, guys flailing around, blind, dead, running into each other. This guy getting electrocuted by falling against a wire. This guy, his guts literally spilling out and trying to put them back in, which I think, what movie is that? Is that Apocalypse Now? I can't find it. I think it's Apocalypse Now. Nah, that's way too late. No, you know what? Apocalypse Now was 1979. It could be. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's a famous war film, and I think it is set in Vietnam, where there's a scene with a guy whose guts are spilling out, and he's trying to shove them back in. And I don't know if this is a reference to that, or this is just something that was independently come up with, but it is terrifyingly effective. And then this guy who is severed, cut in half, screaming for his mother, dragging his dying body across the floor, and there are just bodies, corpses everywhere. This is war. No more of the romanticism, no more large-scale ship-to-ship combat. We get to see it at the micro level, at the lowest level of individual soldiers getting destroyed, torn to shreds. The horror. The horror. And here we have people close the door on their allies. And then they die. And they're just these, like, burned, destroyed corpses. Horrifying. Horrifying. And then we zoom in on Job Trunit. Horrifying. And brilliant. And beautiful. And then the narrator draws the comparison between Reinhard and the corrupt politicians. He stands at the front line. Yang feels it. Yang is aware of the horror, and he feels it. Jesus, what a good episode. We are in the final stretch now for this season. That's for sure. We are right in it. The worst democracy is better than the best autocracy. That's the conflict. That's the true conflict that's been set up. We've got a terrible, corrupt democracy and a glorious dictatorship. Which is better? Which is worse? On principle, the democracy is better, but in reality? I don't know. That's what we're forced to ponder. And I don't think that there's a conclusive answer to it. I think it all depends on what you're more willing to sacrifice. Are you more willing to sacrifice your freedom or your quality of life? Because if you're in the corrupt democracy, your quality of life is forfeit. If you're in the dictatorship, your freedom is forfeit. But at the same time, it goes so many layers deeper than that, because if you're in the corrupt democracy, your freedom is forfeit too. You know, it's corrupt, therefore it doesn't function as a proper democracy, so you don't actually have the freedom to alter your system of government in any meaningful way. The corrupt politicians are going to keep doing what they're doing and keep sending men off to die. So even the on paper advantage of the democracy is sort of lost because of the corruption. Likewise, because of Reinhardt's reforms, a lot of the on-paper disadvantages of the autocracy are gone. I don't know. Hell of an episode. I'm going to wrap it up. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Ginga Eiyuu Densetsu, episode 51. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and as always, I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.